Hello guys, welcome back to Send Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to talk about Ethereum and Ripple XRP. All right. So we're going to start off with BTC. We're going to focus on the daily, 8-hour, 2-day chart and all of that good stuff to see what type of support we're going to be getting over the next few days and so on. Right. So if you're new to our content, make sure to hit the likes. Make sure to join our public Telegram group. Link in the description. Right. So when you take a look at BTC, as we talked about previously on my previous analysis, let's check the hourly first. So on my previous analysis, we said I'm looking for BTC to push back up, right, in this range, right, drop back down and push back up and basically retrace down to 0.786 to 0.618. And as you can see, that's exactly what we're doing right now. So it is consolidating just above the 6 hour 100 EMA, as we mentioned over the last few days. If we get a big drop below the 8 hour 21, we're most likely going to retest the 100 EMA either on the 6 hour or on the 8 hour basis, right? So right now you can see like if we go back to the 6 hour, so bulls looking very, very confident above the 6 hour 100 EMA, but the downside is like they don't have any big support in terms of like a volume. Okay, the price support, price support looks good, right? But the volume wise, we need like more volume to basically break above 17.2 area. Okay, and next resistance going to be just about like 17.8 level, okay, which is like 6 hour 211 EMA. We're going to talk about it on a lower degree. Okay, but let's take a look at the 8 hour. 8 hour is just about like 16.1 range. Okay, so any rejection from this key area, we can dip down to the 16k area, as long as we do not spend too much time below the 6 hour 100 EMA. I think like the bulls could basically try to surprise the bears, right, and basically try to reverse the price, right? And we're going to talk about all of that good stuff also. So let's move up to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, it is quite strong as of now. As you can see, like it's been like over 48 hours. Bulls still buying the dip right now, just by like a 16 to 17 16k to 17k support area. So let's see over the next like few days. It is already weekend time, right? CME gonna close, volatility gonna be low, so all of that good stuff. So it might not be a good time to be basically messing with BTC as of now, right? As you can see right there, we basically heard the 211 EMA also could not break below it, even though we broke below it, did not close below. So it might take like a few days and so on before the bears gonna be breaking this 21 EMA over over the next few days and so on, right? So let's keep that in mind. But the strongest support we could find, all right, if we break all support areas just about a 16k 15.5. I'm looking for the 15.3 to 15.5 area to hold very strong. Why 15.5, right? You guys remember when we broke the 201 EMA back in earlier mid-October, we've been calling for like a big move to the upside if and only if BTC closes before October 28th above 10.5. All right. We said I showed you already on the 50-day candle, right? So you can take a look at one of the reasons was also like the price was above the 2-day 211 EMA, a very, very strong resistance slash support. And at that time, you can see like MACD did cross bullish, right? So even though the volume looks very, very good in terms of like a selling pressure, it might, we might see some sideways correction in this range over the next few days and so on, right? It could take a while. It could take like over 30-60 days. BTC going to be ranging just about like a 20k to basically a 15k area. Why we could expect such a move? We did say it back in May, right, when BTC dumped like Saturday night right there. What we said, be cautious because we could be moving sideways for a very long time, right? August 1st, after the big dump, right, Saturday night, August 1st, we dumped massively. What we said, be cautious because we can be moving sideways over the next few days and so on. And we moved sideways from like August 1st, right? all the way up to basically this one was actually, yeah, August 1st all the way up to like September, okay, before we drop again. So not saying we're gonna get similar structure, however, it is something like, you know, we gotta remember also, right, just in case, right, on the lower degree, if the move to the upside is very corrective, we know at some point BTC is gonna retest again 16 to 15.5. It is just what it is, and it could create a you know, a bigger flat correction, which could be very, very bullish in terms of a macro structure, right? So retesting 20k, getting rejected might not be the big deal, all right? Because we can still retest basically you know, 16 to 15k area and complete the flat correction for a possible bigger move to the upside. So that's more like a macro picture, right? Because I don't expect this move to take place in like, you know, 3 days and so on, right? So you would be expecting this move somewhere around like maybe, you know, late December, early January, all right, something like that, right? So let's just keep that in mind. It could be very, very boring over the next few days, right? So now let's take a look at basically the 3-day candle, right? On the 3-day chart, we did say something very, very critical regarding BTC, guys. So before we talk about, you know, the 3-day RSI, before we talk about the 3-day RSI, we basically take a look at the MACD, okay? The MACD already broke the resistance line right there, okay? Back in 2019, right? As you can see right there, our MACD already crossed it way, way over the resistance level, right? So that's actually bullish, right? In terms of like resistances, right? You would be expecting like, you know, bears to step in right there and basically reject the price, but you can see like we basically crossed this you know, yellow line and went way over it, right? So that's actually a little bit of a bullish sign, right? But one thing we gotta remember in terms of like a bearish setup is like, when you take a look at the RSI, okay, we talk about it, right? If RSI hit like 89, right, to 90 area, 88 to 89, we're gonna see a rejection, okay? Some you know, 666 mentioned it, right? And we've been paying attention to it. If you take a look at it right there, 20k, right, bang, okay, 14k, bang, okay, once again 20k, bang. So what are we expecting? We're just gonna have to expect something like either a sideways correction or a rejection, okay? And the you know, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But it looks like BTC is tapping out slowly, right? But the drop might not be severe like in one go. We're gonna drop all the way down to like 10k in December and all of that good stuff. I don't think it's gonna happen, right? But let's see. The drop could be very, very slow, very, very corrective, just like the type of drop we got from like a 14k all the way down to 3k. It took like almost what, 9 months, and we've been calling it for like a what, 6 months, okay? Before the drop, we've been saying like BTC gonna drop down to 4k when BTC was like, you know, 10.5, 11k and so on, right? Right now BTC is almost like 17k. It has a very, very good chance, guys, to retest basically the low 10k to basically a high 9k area over the next few weeks and so on. So keep an eye on it, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum bulls, they did drop back down. Let's take a look at Ethereum, King Ethereum. So Ethereum ranging just about 500, right? So so when you take a look at Ethereum, that's what I was expecting when Ethereum was at, you know, was at 500 range, okay, 600, right? We said, you know, we did not have any resistance, right, above 500, and we're going to be pumping to 600 easily. It's not going to be a big deal. So, you know, we've been long in Ethereum from like, you know, 410, 413 all the way up to 510. So after 510, I was not interested in Ethereum because, you know, we were expecting a high volatility between 510 to 600, and the drop could come at any given time, right? So as you can see, like we dropped massively to the downside. Let's take a look at it on the 8-hour basis. So when you take a look at it on the 8-hour basis, it is almost at support area, which is like 480, right? 480 to a 430 area, right? So you guys remember when Ethereum was like 477, 480, we talked about like Ethereum dropping down to 455, and if we break 455, pay attention to the daily 21, right? So it did not hit the daily 21 on the dot, right? But one thing we got to remember, like this area of accumulation, right? Bulls gonna remember it. Okay, bulls gonna remember it. So we're gonna be looking for a possible support right there for Ethereum, just about like 480 to basically 430 area, right? So not quite yet at the 8-hour 100 EMA, which is roughly around like 470, right? So which is quite close right now. In terms of high volatility is not a lot, right? So daily 211 EMA not letting go is, if you remember what I just said, right? We were looking for the daily 211 EMA right there, 430, 431, when Ethereum was dropping. However, we had a nice strong support just about like 450, 449. So now the daily 211 EMA is basically supporting the price. We might not even drop down to the low 430. Even if we drop down, you know, it could just retest the 2-day 211 EMA, which is exactly at 460. So Ethereum bulls, they're looking very, very confident right now after this drop. However, one thing we also got to keep in mind, I'm looking for a reversal from Ethereum. Not saying it's going to break 600 and all of that good stuff, but 580 to 600 going to be next resistance. Okay, if the bulls not going to be able to break 580 600 range, we're going to be looking for another drop. So we talked about this during our previous live stream, right? So Ethereum could be moving sideways once again, guys, for a very, very long time, right? If we do not create high volatility range in this range. Okay, what I mean high volatility it means, like, you know, if we basically do not just break 580 600 and push to the upside, it could be a very slow accumulation range for Ethereum. All right, on the 3-day basis, doesn't look bad, right? So still the 3-day 211 EMA just about like 493. Let's take a look at it right here. Just about 440. All right, so 440. So let's just keep that in mind, right? So now let's move on to King XRP right now. So King XRP just accumulating just about a low 50 cents, $50 XRP. So just about like the low 50s, right? So very accumulative, right, on the lower degree. So this range, just sideways correction, nothing going on, right? Volume is decreasing, price is moving sideways, so we're about to get a very, very big move. Okay, support level to look for, temporary support going to be 49 to basically a 46. If we break that key area, we're gonna find a very, very strong support just about like a 40 cents to a 36 cents, right? So we could anticipate a 1, 2, all right, 3, 4, and wave number 5 to the downside, right? So in terms of that, but that would be very bearish if like we count a 5-way structure. We could just look at it as a basically a possible W, X, Y, X, Z correction right there. W, X, Y, X, Z correction. Okay, if we get a W, X, Y, X, Z correction, right, it means we're going to be pushing to the upside, right? However, if we count it as a 5-way structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it means like we could possibly get another ABC correction to the upside, right? It could either be A, B, C correction to the upside before another push to the downside. You see what I'm saying? So, but if like, let's say you bullish, okay, if you bullish, you better use like a WXY. If you bearish, you want to use like a 5-wave impulse move to the downside, because whenever you get a 5-wave move, you're going to get another correction, and this correction is not going to be an impulse move, right? It is just a correction. It doesn't mean it's not a move like to break 75, 70, 78 and so on, right? So now let's take a look at the King on the higher time frame. So if you take a look at King XRP on the higher time frame, like weekly, monthly, daily, and all of that good stuff. So let's take a look at the weekly. So if you take a look at the weekly, I mean, nothing is going on like in terms of bearishness, right? On Poloniex, even on on Binance, right? So on Poloniex, if you take a look at it, we just hit roughly 50% to 0.618. Did not quite hit 0.618. 0.618 is, you know, is exactly at 86 cents, right? So now what I'm looking for King XRP is like the most important time frame for me for King XRP is basically the monthly. All right, so what I'm looking for the King to do is like, if we can get the King to stay just above you know, 28-29 cents right now, monthly 21 EMA, as we said, right, monthly 21 EMA is just about now 30 cents. If we can just stay above 30 cents over the next couple of days, right, that's it. That could trigger a massive bull pump for the XRP army, right? So let's just keep that in mind, right? We just don't want to close below 30 cents right now. Remember, it was 28 cents, right? When XRP was 27, when we were long in XRP, we said, you know, we just want to pump to the upside. However, we have to stay above 28 cents before you know, end of November, right? So right now we're above it, breaking all resistances, right? Looking very good on the monthly time frame. And one thing you got to remember, you know, from the XRP army is like, when they pump, right, they don't pump like for, you know, for like a multi-year bull market. They just pump for like a 3-month maximum, okay, 3 weeks to 6 weeks, okay. You can see like some big pump, right? The pump we got right there was actually like a 3-month, right? But this pump was actually just about 3 weeks, okay. So we could see a massive pump from XRP, and upside target, if we can stay above 30 cents, right, and do not break 30 cents, could be, you know, all the way up to basically all-time high over the next few months and so on, right? So let's just keep that in mind. If we get rejected, once again, the macro picture also got some bearishness, right? If we break below the 21 EMA on a monthly basis, sucker could basically dump down to basically 0.618. It is just something you gotta keep in mind, just in case, you know, market decides to turn bearish, and then you don't know what to do and all of that good stuff, right? So bullish setup to the upside, stay above 30 cents, right? Bearish setup for the macro is like, if we break 30 cents, we could be dropping much lower, okay? We could be dropping much lower, which is first support back to 13 to 11 cents, right? All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover today. So if you're new to our content, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to basically subscribe to our channels, join the public Telegram group, link in the description. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.